Yes.
Questions to Dr. Godfrey. Can you share with us the inadequacies of the hydrodynamic model of guns? For example, what sort of data they have to produce such a terrible model? Thanks.
They actually did all the things that you expect a modeler to do. They built a big piece of computer code with coarse resolution of the open ocean, getting into finer resolution, closer and shore. You have to get into the technical details of the physics of how it all works, and that's where lay people, where frankly I believe they are relying on the fact that lay people don't have a chance of understanding that. I have learnt it myself over 30 years, and on this pulp mill issue, I learn new facts about that system to this day. I went up to Canberra with a group of people, and one of the delegation was a fisherman, and he happened to mention that when they're out fishing out there on north of Tasmania, whenever there's a strong wind, a gale in other words, the water gets milky, and it stays milky out to a depth of 60 metres for days afterwards. Now what that tells you is that the bottom is getting stirred up right out to 60 metres. Now, that told me immediately, if you put out dioxin, that stuff is going to get lifted off the bottom, and the seals and the fish are going to be going through it for days afterwards. It's not going to be good for them. Okay, new information from me, from a fisherman. Everybody is entitled to think that disposal of effluent is a rather trivial problem. It's amazingly complicated. And the guys at Guns, or the consultants in my view, relied on people's lack of knowledge of this to do things where they looked like they were doing things right, but they weren't. They didn't. None of their observations. They did take some observations because they were told to take some observations. None of those observations were or could have been used to test their underlying assumptions.